Our agents can now make phone call, and this is pretty easy to configure. Let me show you how. So now when you go to the agent, you can pick different option to consume it, and one of them is phone call. So in this case, the step one is that you have to update the SIP configuration. And this has multiple data point, four main. First one is that what is the SIP address or the termination endpoint. Second is what is your phone number. And then how do we configure to this termination endpoint? What is the authentication username and password? Once you give all of these details, and I'll walk you through how for Twilio case, you can make a phone call now. And there are two ways to do this. The first one is the batch upload. So in this case, you can just upload list of phone numbers, and we'll go number by number, make a phone call, transcribe it, and do the analysis. And at the end, you would get the complete analysis all at once, or you can just monitor it on the scenario page. The second option is that you can manually trigger the call here. So for example, I can put down my name here, my number. So the name is here to help me identify that this is particular session that has happened. And then I'll make a phone call. So now I should receive the phone call on my number any moment now. So the phone has come. So I'll just put it on speaker for you to also hear. Hello.
Hi there. I'm a product manager at Google, and today we'll be working through a product design case together. I'm excited to dive in. Here's the scenario. Google has built a mood tracking API. How would you design a product using it?
Yes, I have a few clarifying questions. Can I ask that?
Of course. Please go ahead and ask your clarifying question.
Okay.
I'm here to help you get all the info.
Okay.
Great.
So what is the latency of this API?
Great question. The latency of this API is about a 1-second lag. So when the mood data is captured, there's roughly a 1-second delay before you get the result.
Got it. And what is the input output like for this?
Good question. The input is a continuous feed from a tagged animal. The output is a value on a scale from 1 to 20.
Got it. Thank you so much. So I've cut down the call. So basic idea is that almost works as the call on our website. So every time the call has finished, you could go to that scenario, and you could track that whether the call has happened. You can go to analyze, get the whole rating. So that's how it works end to end on our platform. Now, the second part is how do you bring the SIP details from other website like the SIP provider? So I will first walk you through the concept, and then we'll go to the Twilio website and look into these where you can fetch this data from. So whenever you connect Tough Tongue AI agent to a SIP provider, you need four things. The first one is your phone number, then the termination endpoint, and the SIP username and the password. Once you have all of these, the SIP can be configured. And what happens is that we can then connect to a PSTN network that the SIP providers provide, and use the phone networks to call to a particular number. Now, this is pretty useful because let's say you are using our agents in a scenario where there is low internet bandwidth. So in that case, we could use a PST network for the last hop and reduce the latency and improve the overall experience. And second, there are certain situations where the real sales call or things might be happening on the phone call, and that's why making use of the phone might be a more realistic rehearsal of that experience. Now, to do that, you generally need to do 4 steps. The first is that you have to create a SIP trunk, which is one click of button. And in doing that, you have to set up the termination endpoint, assign a phone number, and then bring all of details back to the Tough Tongue AI portal. So let me walk you through the Twilio case where you can find all of these. So I'll go to Twilio. So here is the Twilio website. So I have already configured. So this is the SIP URI that you need to take. Then you have to set up the credential here through Plus, which is the credential that you get. And then you have to allow the SIP registration. Now, if I had a new number, or if I want to just walk you through and add a new SIP configuration. So this is the new SIP domain. First, I need to add like TCI2, for example, I could add. I have to add the credentials here. I should give a name, test2, test2. Then I need to suggest a strong password here that I will just save. Now, once I have these details, that is the phone number, the SIP endpoint, and the credential, I should be able to head over to Tough Tongue AI and go to this phone call experience and update the SIP configuration. So hope this clarifies the end-to-end experience. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much.